Yo, what is up guys? So today I'm bringing you another songwriting on guitar focused video. And today we're going to be taking a look at some things we can do to try sound more like the band Title Fight when we're trying to come up with ideas on the guitar. But before we do that, I want to mention that the best way to support the channel and what I do here is by checking out my online shop where you can get drum loops, sample packs, presets, and other things to help you make your music. And to fuel this love for Title Fight, I've released some brand new Title Fight related drum loops that are available now. Go check it out if you want to get some Title Fight type drums in your tracks or just to practice to. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the video. So the main thing I'm going to be going over in this video are the chords that Title Fight use. And they're known for not using really the standard chords that you typically associate with hardcore and post-punk kind of music. You know, like your average power chords and major and minor shapes. Instead, a lot of the time in Title Fight songs, you'll hear these really nice, wide, and interesting chord voicings. So, let me show you some chord shapes that Title Fight use that you can incorporate into your songs. Then I'll show you a basic punk style chord progression I came up with and try to make it sound more like Title Fight. So the first shape I'm going to show you is from the first song that I ever heard from the band, and it's from the title track of their second album, Shed. It's not technically a chord, but I'm still going to show it to you because it's really cool sounding, and that is this octave shape. The cool thing about using this is that the octave shape creates a more focused melodic concept in your song that you can use to kind of direct your song. Let me show you another thing that you can do with this octave shape here. I'm playing this D octave, but if I simply move it up one fret and play some of the open strings, I'm going to get an E major 7. And that was 1979. So you can experiment with this shape, taking it down the neck from that was the 2nd, 4th, 6th, 7th, 9th, 11th, and 12th fret. They sound particularly good, but you can try experiment with that as much as you want. Now I'm going to show you a type of major chord voicing that I think sounds really special. I've showed it in a few videos in the past, but you can also hear it on the first section of the song Where Am I? This major 7 voicing is really compact and leaves a lot of room as it's only 3 notes. The way I view it though is as an extension of your basic power chord. So you'd have that C power chord, but if you just add the 7th with your second finger, then you get this really nice, nostalgic feeling kind of chord. You can even bar your first finger down to the next string and create this really nice add 11 shape. The next kind of chord we're going to be looking at are sus chords. Now, there's a lot of different sus chords that Title Fight uses, and they're really nice because they create this really nice tension that sounds really great when you resolve it. So let me show you a few shapes. First is probably the most effective out of all of these. And you'll notice that if you take a normal power chord and just bar the next string, you'll have this really interesting chord that you can also hear on songs like Where Am I? I think it's really nice for transitioning between chords or going to a power chord on the string below. By the way, if you like the tones you're hearing in this video, it's from my Tone Machines preset pack, which has a bunch of great tones that all use free plugins. You should definitely check it out if you want some great platforms for getting good tones. Next one is one of my favorite shapes, and that's this sus2/add9 voicing. It's also known as the message in a bottle / Andy Summers chord. This chord just has a really beautiful quality to it, and I think it's the perfect chord to use for post-punk, shoegaze, and Title Fight inspired songs. And you can hear it on songs like Coxton Yard. Here's how it sounds. last sus chords we have are the major 7 sus2, which you can hear on Flood of 72, and the dominant 7 sus2. Which you can hear on Coxton Yard. These chords are really great because they kind of sound familiar, but they have just a bit of added extra tension to them, which really adds a nice bit of interest and makes a song stand out. So now that we've gone over some title fight chords, we can move on to how to use them and how to incorporate them into our usual playing. So let me show you a basic version of a chord progression I've been working on for a song. Now let's incorporate some of these new chords into the chord progression. As you can hear, this progression just sounds way more interesting now that we're not using the usual standard chord shapes that we always use. And now that we know it, it opens up way more possibilities for where this song could go, because we're no longer limited by our basic chord shapes. Now to end things off, I'm just going to jam along to one of these drum loops from my brand new Title Fight inspired drum loop pack. Here we go. Well, I hope you guys learned something and that you can now create some songs with these ideas I've given you. If you liked the video, please give it a like and a comment. If you really liked it, please consider subscribing. And if you want to support the channel, please check out my online shop and get something from there. And yeah, peace.